In an unprecedented move, the Ministry of Defence today suspended state-owned defence company BEML's chairman VRS Natarajan after advice from the CBI that the chairman's presence at the company could disrupt a fair investigation. On the back of that action, questions are being asked because this case was first raised in 2009. It was brought to the attention of the top authorities in government. It's taken almost a year after a whistleblower added to the initial suspicions by furnishing documents against the BEML chairman. Why did it take a year, and is it all too little too late?
Much has changed in the last 6 months for the BEML chief, VRS Natarajan. In January this year, he was felicitated by Karnataka Governor Hansraj Bhardwaj on behalf of a national institute. He was decorated for his outstanding contribution to BEML. 24 weeks later, the same man was first pulled up by the MoD and then unceremoniously shown the door. VRS Natarajan has been suspended as the BEML chairman after advice from the CBI that his presence at the helm of affairs could disrupt a fair investigation into the Tatra scam.
2 senior serving army officers are assisting the CBI with the investigations. Army sources say they have a cast iron case against the BEML. Old, outdated trucks were provided to the army. There was no transfer of technology or indigenization. The trucks were overpriced. The former chief of the army staff, General VK Singh, has said trucks were procured for 25 lakh rupees and sold for over 1 crore. Army sources say several complaints were made to the Ministry of Defence. BEML is a part of MoD, yet no action was taken.
Barely hours before General VK Singh retired on the 31st of May, he defended his decision to stop the procurement of 600 Tatra trucks from BEML for the army. His revelations of bribery attempt by a former 3-star general forced the government to order a CBI probe.
I respect the decision of the government. Yeah. I will come out clean. Yes. Okay. In the process. Thank you.
But is this action too little and too late?
The suspension of BEML chairman VRS Natarajan is being looked at as too little too late, considering that complaints had first emerged way back in August and October 2009. The whistleblower in question had actually reiterated his complaint to the highest levels of the establishment in December 2011, just a month before VRS Natarajan was actually publicly felicitated by the Karnataka governor. The fact is, these letters of complaint were written to the highest levels of the establishment, including Congress President Sonia Gandhi, the President of India, Pratibha Patil, and the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Follow-up letters were also sent to Defence Minister A.K. Antony. The investigations into BEML are not just into potentially corrupt dealings, but into specific acts by just suspended Chairman VRS Natarajan.
Sources in the Ministry of Defence insist Defence Minister A.K. Antony is closely monitoring all developments and will not permit a cover-up. That's why Natarajan wasn't just asked to leave, he was suspended. Stricter action is expected to follow soon. With Shivarur and Gaurav Sawant, Siddharth Kochar, Headlines Today.
Let's go across to Shivarur and bring him in on this. Shiv, we've just heard that the government has cleared the CBI to probe this individual. Now, all of this seems to vindicate the former army chief, General VK Singh's claims. Some people had said that his claims were motivated, that they were directed against the government, that they were prejudiced against the powers that are in the ministry because he wanted to get back, in fact, at the government. But it seems that he wasn't off the mark.
Not off the mark at all. And the scary thing, Rahul, is the possibility that if General VK Singh hadn't actually blown the whistle on this entire issue, perhaps there never would have been a CBI probe. Because remember, we've been going through documents, we've been going through information that's been made available to us ever since the suspension of VRS Natarajan earlier today, Rahul. And the sense we've got is that he had a really cozy relationship with the entire with the entire constellation of powers that be within the security establishment, including people in the MoD, people in the ordnance factories, people even in the political structure of the country, and he was routinely felicitated. He was a person who was known as an efficient manager. But at the end of the day, the scope of this investigation, like you pointed out, isn't confined to just the dealings within the company and his capacity as the chairman of BEML, but also several acts, several decisions that he took as he rose up the ranks at BEML. So the CBI is going to be looking at various aspects of the case, and it's extremely stinging for him personally that it is recommended to the Ministry of Defence that he be suspended, he be put out of the way, he not have access to files and documents at the BEML office in Bangalore, because that's the only thing that can actually ensure a free probe. It's already a big indictment on the kind of influence he has.
Yes, Shiv. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely spot on there. It seems that the former army chief vindicated here. It just now remains to be seen how much damage Natarajan has done when he was in office for 1 year, if at all, of course. The CBI is expected now to question Natarajan. They might even press for his arrest.